Hey, welcome back to the channel. I'm going to very briefly run through 7 failed expectations or prophecies that the Watchtower organization has made and also failed on. And doing this can remind us of what the appropriate response should be when Jehovah's Witnesses or the governing body tell us that we're in the last days, or even the final part of the last days. The Watchtower predicted that in 1878 the rapture would begin, where the faithful of the earth were harvested and would go to heaven.
It's false. No way. Not this time.
When this expectation failed, they revised the date to 1881, where they again expected the faithful to be raptured to heaven.
Pure fiction. It's fiction. It's fiction.
In 1914, they predicted that God's kingdom would be established, that Armageddon would completely destroy the entire world governments and all of Christendom and all other religions, and establish a paradise on earth, all by the end of 1914.
It's a total fabrication. It never happened. It never happened.
When this prediction failed, they reinterpreted the prophecy to mean that Jesus came invisibly in his kingdom, that their prophecy did indeed come true. It was just in another dimension.
It's a fake. We got you.
They toyed with the idea of 1918 being the terminus of the Gentile times instead of 1914.
It's a made-up tale. It's a total fabrication.
They predicted that in 1925, faithful patriarchs of old like Noah and Jacob and Abraham and John the Baptist would be raised from the dead. So convinced were they of this that they bought luxury properties in order to house them.
This one was invented by a writer.
Jehovah's Witnesses were taught that 1975 would end 6,000 years of human history, and it was strongly and repeatedly suggested that this would be a very appropriate time for Armageddon to come. People were whipped up into a frenzy of excitement, sold their homes, cashed in their retirement funds, and preached with the expectation that 1975 would be the end of the world.
We created it. We made it up. We made this one up. It's a made-up tale.
Repeatedly in their literature, throughout the 70s, 80s, and even 90s, they were constantly told the end of the world, or Armageddon, would occur before the end of the 20th century.
It never happened. It's false. It never happened.
You would imagine that with all these failed expectations and prophecies, Jehovah's Witnesses might start to get wind that perhaps they're being victims of propaganda.
There's an old saying in Tennessee, I know it's in Texas, probably in Tennessee, that says, "Fool me once, shame on you." If fool me, we can't get fooled again.
So when the governing body or when another Jehovah's Witness tells you that we're in the last days, or that we're in the final part of the last days, we should know by now what the appropriate response should be.
Wrong! Wrong! Wrong!
Okay, thanks for watching. See you next time.